Golden Bachelor star Gerry Turner admits marriage to Theresa Nist was a monumental mistake. This story discusses suicide. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, please contact the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988 or 1-800-273-TALK-8255. Golden Bachelor star Gerry Turner believed he'd found the one in Theresa Nist, but just 3 months after saying "I do," the fairy tale romance came crashing down. The 74-year-old Indiana widower made history as the first senior star of ABC's hit dating series, The Golden Bachelor, where he met Nist, also a widow. After a whirlwind courtship, they married live on TV in January 2024, only to announce their split that April. Now, Turner is reflecting on his search for a happily ever after in his new memoir, Golden Years. "Well, I do admit that it was a monumental mistake, but it's always easy to have 20/20 hindsight," Turner told Fox News Digital. "I think that I hurt Theresa, I hurt my family. There were a lot of things that I was so imperfect about. There was no one flashbang moment where I realized the marriage was over. It was a gradual march toward the end." In his memoir, Turner admits it was hard to accept how quickly things fell apart. He wrote that he'd rushed into a wedding he didn't believe in and later found himself in a very dark place. Fox News Digital reached out to Nist, 72, for comment. Ahead of the book's publication, she told Us Weekly, "It makes me very sad to think that he felt empty and trapped. I wish he had said something and just ended it. But at least now I understand why he was so hurtful to me so many times. And I will say this. Those in glass houses should not throw stones. I do wish him all the best." Turner, a retired restaurateur, had found love before. He married his high school sweetheart, Tony, in 1974. Their union lasted until Tony died in 2017, 6 weeks after she retired and fell ill, People magazine reported. Their 2 daughters later encouraged Turner to join the show. The Midwesterner was hesitant but wondered if he could find love again. "I was not interested," Turner recalled to Fox News Digital. "I rebelled at the idea originally. But after a night of sleep I thought, I've got nothing going on here. Hopefully this'll work out for me. I threw my hat in the ring, and, of course, that began a really long process of getting to the point where I was actually named the first Golden Bachelor. It was easy to fall for Nist among the contestants. They both experienced heartbreak after long, happy marriages. Turner and Nist were also devoted to their children and grandchildren. It seemed like a match made in heaven. At first, Turner claimed Nist told him that once she found the right guy, she would quit her job to focus on a new chapter of adventure with her spouse. But months later, he claimed that Nist wanted to work another year, maybe a year and a half. Turner said he respected Nist's goals but wished he had known sooner. "I tried to shorten that time span because I really looked at what I wanted out of that relationship and what she wanted in her job as mutually exclusive," he explained. "We couldn't have both of those things. It really told me that there was no way I was going to be able to enjoy what I wanted to do, which was travel, have some adventures and have fun." Disagreements piled up over where to live, how to spend their money, and even the prenup. Turner claimed Nist didn't want anything to do with Indiana, while he viewed her New Jersey roots as a vacation spot, not a home. Days before their wedding, he said his lawyer called frantically about her missing signature on the prenup. People magazine reported that the couple did put a prenup in place ahead of their nuptials. Despite their efforts to find common ground, once cameras stopped rolling, the cracks deepened. According to reports, Nist and Turner never lived together. During their brief marriage, they struggled to find a place they could both call home. In the book, Turner wrote that after sharing a horribly awkward goodbye at the airport, he realized they had the warmth of a meeting between distant cousins. It was not the second act he had envisioned for himself. "That experience was very painful," he told Fox News Digital. "There are expectations as you enter a relationship and then enter a marriage. There were things that I really wanted. I wanted those moments of intimacy, regardless of what they were. I wanted to build shared experiences. I wanted to begin to develop this catalog of memories that we would have. And those things didn't happen. They just weren't there. It felt empty at times," he continued. "It felt like we were forcing a relationship and forcing feelings that weren't coming naturally as they should. I don't believe it was one huge thing that caused us not to find commonality and not find happiness with each other, but rather dozens of small things that accumulated. What made us go for war?